Make a date with Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Markwei at 6 a.m. from Monday to Saturday on Graphic Online, via Facebook and YouTube as he expounds on matters of faith.
Hello, and a very happy new year. Very powerful new year for you. A new year filled with divine speed for the dreams that you have, that God should bring a divine enablement to you. God must supply you the grace to realize your dreams, and He must give you speed. The things that will take 40 years to do, God must accomplish it in your life for 40 days, in 40 days. And I'm sure this year is my year of divine speed. I wish the same also for you. Hey, now I'm still on the Genesis roll, but for this period, we'll be mixing the Genesis roll with a mixture of different things. So now it's not just a Genesis potpourri of messages and Christmas, but this one is a total samagandi of different things. We're going to pick from here. We're going to speak into different arenas. We're going to speak into the social arenas. We're going to speak into different arenas, including marriage and everything. But this morning, I like to capture my thoughts as divine visitation. Divine visitation. I'm very excited about this year. The possibilities for this year, within this year, and then the potential in my life. I mean, the things that God will want to do, and I'm sure for you also. But hey, in Genesis 21, it begins with a very interesting thing. And then the Bible says, and at the right time, or God visited Sarah. God visited Sarah regarding what He had said He was going to do. That means, in Genesis 18, God had told Abraham and Sarah that, hey, Sarah is going to be pregnant and Sarah is going to have a child. And the Bible says Sarah laughed with scorn. And Sarah laughed and said, how can I be pregnant when I'm this old? And then she ruled herself out. And then the sad aspect of it, that she also ruled out Abraham. She said that I'm old. And as for my husband, he's just old. That means that he's off ground. There's nothing. And no one knows the secret of a husband more than the wife. And no one knows, what pertains in the bedroom rather than the wife. Of course. These days you can't tell. But Sarah ruled herself out, and she laughed and she chuckled and she said, this is not going to happen. these guys are just dreamers. And then guess what? The Bible says, and God visited Sarah. And God visited Sarah. Genesis 21. I'm so excited. Hey, God visited Sarah. You need to understand that sometimes the divine visits humanity. Divinity visits humanity. And divinity will visit humanity either with a blessing, or divinity will visit humanity either with a curse. Divinity will visit humanity either with a promotion or progress, or divinity is going to visit humanity with retrogression. Now, let me explain. In Genesis chapter 11, if you recognize, God visited humanity and said, this is what they're going to do. I'm not going to allow them to continue. So He confounded their mouth, and confounded their schemes and everything, and sent them back many years. In the same way, God also visited Sodom and Gomorrah, with judgment. And it was a very severe form of judgment. He burnt the whole city down with flames, with fire. Now, this time the Bible says, and God visited Sarah. And here's the thing. He didn't visit Sarah with judgment, but He visited Sarah with a blessing. Why? He promised Sarah, you're going to do this. You're going to have a child. And Sarah laughed and then said, okay, now you've had your period. You've had your moment. This is my moment. I am now going to visit you. I'm going to visit you with a blessing. You know what? God decides to visit humanity. He visits us with a blessing. My prayer this year, seriously, is that God must visit you. God must visit you with the dreams that are unfulfilled. God, for the realization of those dreams. God must visit you with His power. God must visit you with His grace. God must visit you with long life. God must visit you with healing. God must visit you with a child. God must visit you with marriage. God must visit you with promises. that have not yet been filled. I am excited because I'm eagerly awaiting a divine visitation. And you need to understand this. Your posture will determine your visitation too. Your posture must be a posture of faith. Your posture must be like the posture of Abraham, even though both of them, that is in Genesis 18, when both of them were living in a tent, Abraham was sitting at the door of the tent, whereas Sarah was inside the tent. Hey, Abraham sat with a posture of faith. Abraham sat with a posture of expectation. Abraham sat with a posture of, I need something to happen. And therefore, I'm looking forward to it. You know what? I'm looking forward to this new year. Many people have prophesied different things, but I am looking forward to this year, 2024. It is my year for divine visitation. It is my year for divine speed, where God is going to accelerate the dreams and the things that have seemed slow. Well, in places where I crawled, God is going to give me the feet to walk. In places where I walk, He's going to give me the grace to begin to run. And in places where I run, hey, I'm going to join R. Kelly. You know, the R. Kelly, just his music, nothing else. I'm going to sing, I Believe I Can Fly. You understand? So guess what? God visited Sarah to fulfill his promise. May the promises that he has made towards you, may the expectations that you have, and the faith that you have, may God release a blessing this year. May God shock you. May God surprise you. May God blow you out of your mind and give you cause to celebrate. May God give you cause to celebrate and have a party and then say, wow, he prepared a table before me in the presence of my enemies and caused my cup to run over. May this year be a year of divine visitation and above all, divine speed. That is when God speeds up the things he has spoken about you. I can wait. Well, that's my posture. The choices are yours. See you later.
Please visit our website graphic.com.gh or follow us on Facebook at Daily Graphic and on YouTube and Twitter at GraphicGH.
Subscribe now.